Good afternoon. Thank you, Vice-Chancellor Mark Andrew, and your colleagues at Plymouth Marjon University. I'm truly honoured to receive this award and delighted to share this day with you and my fellow graduates with their friends and families. An honorary master's degree. Wow. Surprisingly, the postman delivered my honorary degree notification on the 1st of April. It took me some time to believe that this was not an April Fool's joke. I, of course, accepted very quickly and then began to mull over why I was being so honoured and how I found myself standing here on this stage today. On reflection, the key factors that came to my mind were education and experience, opportunities and having a go, and people. Traditionally, as we all know, education begins at home and at school. Education in the arts, for me, began at my secondary school, St. Boniface's College in Plymouth, through my music and drama teacher, David Walters, who was a great influence. I was also inspired at the same time by watching a film at home of a play by Brian Friel called Philadelphia, Here I Come. The film introduced me to the arts and storytelling at its best, simple, funny, romantic, and heartbreaking all at the same time. I will always treasure these initial educational introductions, and I continue to value education in all its forms. My further education came from university, teaching, my varied career experiences, and working with so many amazing people. It is true to say that opportunities don't make home visits, so have a go and keep learning. My first opportunity came on a summer's day after finishing my A-levels, where I'd heard about some casual work at the Theatre Royal Plymouth. So I contacted the theatre using a very common form of communication at the time called a public payphone. And I left my landline contact details. The following day I was called and I entered the magic and wonder of theatre land through the stage door. My first job was on props with the Royal Ballet. To be honest, I had absolutely no idea about props or ballet, but I had a go. So my journey of always having a go began with hundreds of ballet dancers running around on stage with the sound of an orchestra tuning up. It was thrilling, nerve-wracking, and utterly bonkers. Whilst a psychology student at Cardiff University, I continued to take part-time positions in theatre, gaining further experience on so many different types of productions, always learning. I must add, my degree in applied psychology has always proved to be incredibly useful when working with lots of creative people. My second important opportunity came when I was invited to be a stage manager on two productions called Angry Old Men and Birdie, which left Plymouth and took me on tour in the UK and eventually resting at the Lyric Hammersmith Theatre in London. Then my life took a flight into production management, and the opportunities that followed were always met by the same simple response, okay, I'll have a go. So the people I met and I worked with along the way made a real difference, and I kept learning. Some highlights. One, touring around Ireland, driving the van with a theatre set in the back of it. This experience taught me to be adaptable and to always keep going, no matter what challenges lay ahead. Another highlight was when I was introduced to the writer Marjon and her husband, the director and actor Ian McElhinney. They both invited me to join them and become their assistant director and eventually resident London director of Mari's play called Stones in His Pockets. What an opportunity and experience. They taught me so much about creativity, performance, direction, and production. Unforgettable. I will always feel proud to have been part of this and to celebrate my dear friends' success and honour their wonderful creation, which became an award-winning success globally. Whilst resident at the Duke of York's Theatre in London, I met a beautiful person, Chong-hee, who eventually became my wife and is the mother of our children, Emmeline and Susie, who are all here today. So, after working in London for 10 years in the West End and on tour and internationally, I eventually returned to the Theatre Hall Plymouth and TR2 thanks to my dearly missed colleague and friend, David Miller. The third rather unusual opportunity cropped up not so long ago. I was asked to project manage a little sculpture called Messenger, which stands outside the Theatre Royal on Royal Parade. The sculpture is based on a pose by a female actor during Frantic Assembly's theatre production of Shakespeare's Othello and represents the role of an actor breathing life into the words of a writer. Nicola Kavanagh, the actor whose pose was the inspiration for the artist, said, "She's brave, she's not afraid, she's ready for anything that comes her way, and you can't miss Messenger." I would add, if children saw any of us being prepared to have a go positively in whatever we do, I hope they will be inspired. I know they will be through your futures in work and education. My proudest moment on the sculptural project was when my own daughters, Emmeline and Susie, were the first people to run underneath that very sculpture as it was unveiled. So, during my career, I have undertaken many strange and interesting tasks. Teaching English on a beach in Turkey, dressing up as a penguin at a West End gala opening, climbing into a dumpster to retrieve important design documents, carrying a prop mattress down a Cornish country lane and getting very lost, missing train stops due to chatting the artistic hours away, even appearing on an American national television network programme there this morning as a guest star. I've literally sorted out bins and drains, and I've even received an unexpected standing ovation from an audience on a London stage. So many moments, but above all, people. I have found it a joy to work as part of an amazing team of people contributing to the creative arts and education. I've worked with so many wonderful teachers, artists, writers, actors, designers, directors, riggers, carpenters, painters, costume makers, and colleagues. I have learned the importance of mentoring others so that they have the confidence to take opportunities as and when they arise, and encourage them to have a go. And I will endeavour to continue that mentoring. So many people I've had the pleasure to work with, watch, and learn from, and especially thank, including some people I wish to mention out loud. Mari Jones and Ian McElhinney, Louise Schumann, Richard Bullymore, David and Charlie Miller, Sarah Han, my wonderful production teams and colleagues, and especially my darling wife and family. To all these people, I owe so much. So, education and experience, opportunities and having a go, and people have led me to this privilege by being with you here today. And like me, I'm sure you will have opportunities and moments and people to celebrate. So welcome these chances, continue to learn, educate others through your future careers. Be part of a team, learn together, listen to each other, and value each other. Now is the moment for you all to step forward, have a go, keep going, and never give up. So before I finish, please accept my heartfelt congratulations to all the new graduates of Plymouth Marjon University. You are an inspiration. And my only advice to you all is make sure you go out, you celebrate tonight, and you stick on David Bowie's song, Heroes, and play it really loud, because you're all heroes. Many thanks.